Hey everybody, welcome back to
Women Carry Knives with your special guest star, this dude that's leaving now because she's looking at me like she's gonna kill me.
I'm not even looking at you. It's okay. Oops, sorry guys, kicked the table. Okay, on the table in front of us, we're actually going to be taking a look at two knives. These are both prototypes, both designs by Dylan Mallory and both from Artisan. So we're taking a look at these, which will be coming out. When were they coming out, Therapeutic Edge? Do you remember?
It's a little over a month.
So April-ish.
Yeah, or a little more. They're still working out some of the final details for them both.
Okay, so I did not find out what these final details are, so maybe a therapeutic can enlighten us a little bit on them. First off, let's start with this one. Okay, this one is called the Silax or the Silax. So this one is going to be, you have, Artisan's AR RPM 9 blade steel. You have what they're calling a drop point blade, which, yeah, I guess it is because you do have a drop point there. You have a beautiful flat grind on this. It is sand polished. Your handles are going to be G10. And it actually has some weight to it. It's really kind of nice. There's your logo if you guys want to see that. Dylan Mallory. Whoop, where are we? There we are. Okay, now, and it is actually a full tang too, so that's kind of nice. Tang. Yeah, I said it. Okay, go over what you were going to say first.
So the word I got from the man who knows is that there's probably going to be a little more of a choil here, so this is going to come down a little sharper. Mm-hmm. Give your finger somewhere, a little more grip right here.
To rest.
And there might be some jimping.
Okay.
Might be. This is all still kind of, they're working out the final details. Real quick for this one, they're just talking about making the ring maybe a little bigger and leaning it backwards a little bit.
Which would be better. Okay, so with that said, as the Therapeutic Edge just said, they are going to be giving you a little bit more of a choil area here. Choil. This is a great camping kitchen knife. This is, now, I have not personally used this one because it is a prototype. It is not mine. But I would add something like this to my kitchen collection. I would definitely add it to a camping collection or even be something that I would definitely carry while out backpacking or hiking because I think this one is absolutely fabulous. The G10 is very slick, but, you could always rough it up a little bit yourself. If they did add the jimping on the back of the blade, I would actually like that because it can be very slippery, and I think that would be a lot better in my personal opinion. But everybody's different. Everybody has a different preference on how they like that. Now, with the with the handle length, for me, this is a good length, and I know that it also fits in a Therapeutic Edge's hand quite well. So it is also good for larger hands, and I do like that. If we get into a few specs here, you're going to see that you are going to be getting a 9.7, well, it's 9.74 inches overall is what they call it. So you can see that just under 10 inches. Your blade length itself is what they're saying is 5.11 inches with, it's actually about a little over 5.25 inch blade with a just under a 5.25 inch cutting edge. Your handle length on this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just under about 4 3/4, almost 4 3/4, just under. So everything's just under on this knife. I think that's kind of cracks me up. But it is a total of 6 ounces in weight. And for those of you that do grams, we will pull the trusty scale out here and see if it'll turn on. There we go. Okay, so they're saying that this is running at 6 ounces. Let's see. Which is interesting because I'm showing this at 4.8 ounces. So either my scale is off or their weight is really off. If we're looking at grams, I am showing this at 135 grams. Regardless of the difference in weight, which is something that, again, they're still working on, so it is possible that's the prototype weight that they have right now. I I'm always looking for a good knife that I can take with me. One, you know, again, that I can use in the kitchen, but also one that I'm going to be able to take camping, and I'm going to be, you know, sure that it's going to last. It's going to do good. This thing comes super, super sharp out of the box. It comes down to a nice thin edge on that. As I said, the handles can be a little slick, but the weight of it feels really, really good in hand. I mean, it kind of, you know, to me, it has a nice balance to it. And I love the fact that you have just enough of a curve that you can really do your slicing really well with this one. You know, super, super loving this one. And definitely want to add this one to the collection. Now, it does come with a sheath. And the sheath, you know, it's a pretty good fit. It could be a little bit tighter, but not bad. Again, great for camping. Great for camping. And if you so choose, sticking it in your kitchen. All right, the other one we're going to take a look at here is the Hystrix or Hystrix. I'm not actually sure the way that they're saying it. As you can see, this one also comes with a Kydex sheath. It is a bit of a, it's not a super tight fit, but it does fit really well, which is very nice. With this one, you were also going to get the AR RPM 9 blade steel, their proprietary steel with a drop point blade. This one also is a flat grind and is also sand polished. Like I said, it is Dillon Mallory, so you kind of always have that signature blade shape almost with Dillon's knives. Your handles on this one are also going to be G10. Now, this, I'm not sure what they were calling it. He called it something.
It's just a ring.
No, I thought he called it something. So for me, because of the shape of the handle, if the ring, and you know, Therapeutic Edge mentioned this, that they were talking about making it a little bit bigger and angling it back more, which maybe. For me, if they do, yeah. I would love it if they did, because for me, it's almost in the way.
Yeah. For me, I do need the you know.
Yeah, see, you'd have to.
And for reverse grip, which this is sort of a tactical design.
Yeah.
I could get my finger in there. If I can get my finger in there, most people are going to be able to.
Are you going to get stuck?
But it would be better if it was a little bigger, you know.
Well, and, you know, then like I said, for smaller hands, like for me, to have this be, you know, depending on how you're going to hold it, I can actually stick my finger through it. Obviously, I have a lot more room. But for me, it's kind of, I think for smaller hands, the reverse grip's a little bit harder for me.
Yeah. Because
of where the ring sits. Now, I could put my pinky through it, but because of the size of this knife, I think that it wouldn't really help me. It would actually hurt my finger more because I was playing with it. And I just feel that it would hurt my finger a little bit more to have it in there. It's better for me to have it here. And that's why I say if the ring was, you know, back angled out a little bit more, I think I would enjoy it a little bit more. I think it's better for bigger hands to have the ring right there. It's a fantastic knife, though. It's sharp as poop. I almost said it. Again, you know, they all come super sharp out of the box. It's super stabby. I feel like this would be a really good camping knife, too. This would be a knife that I would take fishing. I would love to use this knife fishing. I believe, to me, it feels as though it's thin enough to where it's going to fillet. It's going to gut well because of the point to it. You know, when you're handling fish, obviously your hands get a little slimy and slippery. So yes, it is nice to have a ring there to either prevent your hand from slipping back, or if you have bigger hands you want to put inside, you're not going to lose your grip on it. And I think that's awesome. And if you really want to get into it, you could always whack your fish on the head with the back of your knife to knock it out. I'm sorry. I love fishing. Let's get into a few specs on this one. So we are looking at a 4-inch blade, 1, 2, 3, 4, with a 4-inch cutting edge. Your handle length is going to be, including, well, let's do to the back here, all the way to the back of this. Your handle length is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4¼ inches in length, which is going to give you an overall of just over 8½ inches. Now, this one is saying it weighs in at 4 ounces, just over 4.06. Now, if this one's off too, then I either check my scale or they check theirs. All right, let's go to ounces. So this one is showing at 3.1. And again, it says 4.6 are the specs that I have on it. So, well, that's what I'm thinking. It might be with the Kydex sheath. So, then it's 3.9. All right, so I don't know. I haven't calibrated my scale. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe, I don't know. And I just turned it off. I wanted to give you guys grams on this one. I'm totally rambling. Okay, so your grams on this one are going to be 110. All right, so either way, both knives do come with the Kydex sheath. I do love that. I think both knives would be really good for camping or fishing. This one would definitely be better. The Silax or the Silax would definitely be a better knife to have in your kitchen, if you'd like to use it in your kitchen also. Both would be great for the backpack. Both would be great for your camping gear. They both are going to run $79.99. Again, like I said, they are both Dylan Mallory. And that's all I've got for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, these will be out probably somewhere in April, maybe a little bit later. Be on the lookout for these. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I can get them answered for you. It's been a pleasure going over these knives for you. And thank you for joining me. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave it down in the comments section. You know, I try to comment on every single one of yours. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out. And hit that like button for me because it does help out the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time.